This is an exciting day. We have some nice announcements to be made. And the first speaker will be the Honourable David Piccini, MPP for Northumberland Peterborough South, and he'll let us know a little bit about what's going on. David.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry I'm a bit hunched. I threw out my bag this morning. It's garbage day at work. I'd love to say it was working out or doing something, but bloody back, I'm getting older. It's really exciting to be here with all of you. Canadian Firefighter Museum, whom I've met on a number of occasions and spoken with about, restoring the might of the museum, the attraction that it is, about its important place in our cultural and historic fabric of the town that I grew up in, but more importantly of our community, Northumberland County, and our broader province and country. I've had a real privilege of working with firefighters as Labour Minister and really developed a close rapport on occupational exposures they're exposed to, about the unique challenges they face on a day-to-day life, serving our community, and through it, through the challenge coins traditions and through the relationships, I've come to also appreciate their great respect for history and the history of firefighting. And that is what the Firefighters Museum offers. And I think we have multiple ways with the province of Ontario that we can support, whether it's land, that's something that I'm very much committed to, or whether it's supporting financially through programming. And I know I'm joined by colleagues, mayors from a number of different municipalities, from Hamilton Township, Cobourg, and Port Hope. Cobourg stepped up to support the museum here, which is wonderful to see this alive. And it's a close working relationship we have with our municipalities. So, which brings me to today's announcement, through the Trillium Foundation, and you'll hear more from one of our Trillium reps soon, from Peter, who serves on the board. But what I love about it is it's our local community who sit on the board. It's not government, as important as government officials are in downtown Toronto, and I don't want to put myself out of a job here. What's nice is this is community leaders that sit at the table and assess grants in our community. And so the Canadian Firefighters Museum, and a big shout out to Michelle and the team, for the work that you've done. Writing grants and applying is not easy, and you've worked with a Trillium Foundation to put forward an OTF application. And I know that marketing and promoting this space is going to be critical in the years and months ahead, and I'm proud that Ontario Trillium Foundation is stepping up with a grant of $62,000 seed grant over the next 12 months to leverage technology, attract and engage visitors, deliver dynamic collection to the public, both virtually, physically. I think this is key now, leveraging technology. We can have a reach from coast to coast to coast, and develop adaptive programming here. And so a big commendation to you and to the team and volunteers who've made this possible. And if I can't forget, because just down the street from me is Will, who will never let me forget, and he's of course served as well. And this is so important to our community. So it's my hope long term that we'll have a permanent home, potentially here or somewhere where we can support. But a big kudos to all of you for honoring firefighters, honoring the social, cultural fabric of our communities through both immersive, seeing the equipment, and the beautiful, beautiful displays that you have here. So thank you for telling our story as a community through firefighting. And I think that this is an exciting opportunity, and I've encouraged, and I'll be down in Niagara coming up soon for the conference, and we'll be telling chiefs and union members alike to come and visit this incredible display, have some fun in our community, spend some money locally, and enjoy our rich history. So congratulations on behalf of the Government of Ontario. We're very proud of Canada's largest granting agency that has a fundamental impact in our local communities. So congrats, everyone.
And we're very happy to have Peter Danukas here with us from the Trillium Foundation to say a few words. Peter.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here. and say a few words on behalf of the Ontario Trillium Foundation. I want to acknowledge that we're on the treaty lands of Indigenous peoples, and I'd like to express appreciation to those whose territory we reside on and honor the Indigenous peoples who have lived on the land for countless generations. Thank you, Michelle, for inviting MPP Pacini and I to join you today to hear about the results of your $62,300 seed grant from last fall. In communities across Ontario, there are countless stories of brave individuals who have served as firefighters. We owe a great deal of thanks to them, which is why I'm so pleased to have the chance to learn about the results of your grant and how it will help you going forward to share those incredible stories. You made a strong case for how you could employ technology to help you do that. Whether the person was online or in person, and the funds from your grant have helped with the key components needed, like hiring someone to help with the digitization, marketing, and other elements involved with a project of this scale. The grant also enabled you to buy 2 laptops, TV screens to help with displays, and a high-res photo scanner to preserve and document valuable historical materials. At OTF, we're focused on helping to build healthy and vibrant communities through our grant making, and being able to share stories and facts from the past as you move forward into the future. For anyone unfamiliar with OTF, we're an agency of the Government of Ontario and one of the leading granting foundations in the country. And thanks to the funds we received from the Ontario government last year, OTF was able to invest $105 million into just over 730 nonprofit initiatives and multi-sector partnerships across the province. Thank you again for bringing this request to the Ontario Trillium Foundation's attention, and I wish you the best of success going forward with this unique museum. Congratulations.
So July the 1st, 2024, we signed a lease for the former Cobourg Memorial Arena, and at least every Tuesday, a volunteer work crew came here to accept this challenge. And sometimes it was elegant, and oftentimes not. A bit like Christmas morning, or helping your kid move out of their university dorm room. But the emails would say who's coming to the arena, and then bit by bit when we began to bring in the collection, it changed, and we began to say who's coming to the museum. So on top of everybody, I'd like to formally welcome you to the Canadian Firefighter Museum. And thank you so much to David and Trillium for helping us with that bump, and the Town of Cobourg, you had faith in our vision, and Municipality of Port Hope, you kept our collection clean and dry. Well, dry. For several years. So during our closure, the board met monthly and even during the pandemic, and it became quite obvious that virtual learning and social media was not going to go away when the restrictions were lifted. And we went and visited other museums, and we toured their websites, and we began to visualize how we could work differently. We wanted to reanimate our collection and reach out and engage and keep new members. But we had gaps in our bench strength, there's no question. And so receiving the $62,300 from the Trillium Fund has helped us considerably. We were able to work with local companies like Katz Media and their network of talent, and we bolstered our online content. Hundreds of artifacts under 10 themes have been photographed and are part of our digital library. These will be used in physical and online presentations. Our website has had an upgrade, a bit like a facelift and a tummy tuck. Some of it is very obvious and very attractive, and others, like digital analytics, will run behind the scenes. And I don't want you to glaze over about the analytics, because those help inform the board and our future staff about what content and what story gain traction, and we will be able to manage visitor statistics to help us justify business decisions and quantify grant applications. If you've ever applied for a Trillium grant and they ask how many, who, whatever, you know, we used a logic model, but it'd be so exciting for us going forward to have real statistics. And we need revenue generation, including the ability to sell online merchandise. Now, I know you've been admiring this t-shirt, and very soon you will have the opportunity to go online, purchase that t-shirt, make a donation, or perhaps even register your kid for the next, sleepover party at the museum. But we want that experience online to be easy and straightforward, and we are well along to achieving these milestones. And when we're finished, We will have a 5-year strategic marketing plan. And all of this change is happening because of the Trillium Grant. So in closing, I want to highlight 2 additional grant-related successes. Our application specifically said we would use the funds to tell untold stories. And so coming soon, there will be new exhibits featuring different areas of firefighting. When kids come to the Canadian Firefighter Museum, we want them to have fun learning. And we want them to imagine themselves a part of this history. So soon you will see images and hear new perspectives, stories from women, racialized and Indigenous firefighters, to name a few. And lastly, in imagining our new museum, we have a refreshed logo. And it was actually quite emotional and a challenge for us because, do we need a refresh? What's wrong with the logo? But we went to our values and our mission statement, and that really helped us sort itself out. So, that will be Vanna. Thank you, Jeff. So our new logo represents the strength, the perseverance, the heroism, and more importantly, the history of our Canadian firefighters' storied history, past and present. So thank you.